their levels to bring in the success of the Diwali holiday home. The first level was to find a date that we could trade off with, and we did that. The chancellor and I, and many others, even the UFT president, we've all agreed to look at what was called Brooklyn Queens Day and trade that off for the Diwali holiday, because there were no more days on the books. The state law requires the Department of Education to have a certain number of school days. And we had the maximum amount of holidays and days off, but we were able to creatively come up with the trade-off of what's called the Brooklyn Queens Day. We presented it to the state lawmakers, the amazing work of Assemblywoman Jennifer Rajkumar to move this forward. And now it's up to the state lawmakers to actually vote on the change of moving it from the Brooklyn Queens Day to a Diwali holiday. We're hoping they do it this session. They're still in negotiation. I speak with Assemblywoman Rajkumar every day on this, and she's working hard, and she'll tell you that we did our half of the bargain. Now it's time for the state lawmakers to do their half. And we are optimistic that they are, but we're going to need real support to these last few weeks to get it done. Yes, to reach out, everyone that is in support of this should reach out to their elected senator and assembly person. This is not coming through the city council. It's coming through Albany. So they should reach out and communicate to their senator and assembly person their desire to see Diwali to be a school holiday. And their voices matter. Assemblywoman Rajkumar had an amazing rally and protest rally up in Albany. Several hundreds of people showed up, but that's what we need right now. If you live in an area, you should know who your assembly person is and your senator, and call them and voice your concern of making this a holiday. Well, I think that it was so important when we came into office. We saw an overproliferation of guns, homicides, and shootings. Those were our primary focus, to make sure that we put in place the right police personnel to go after those guns. We took and removed over 8,000 guns off the street since I've been the mayor. And we saw shootings go down, we saw murders go down, but we're also seeing something else. We're seeing robberies go down. We're seeing burglaries go down. We're seeing grand larcenies go down. And our subways have become safer because of our subway safety plan. We see the safety of these customer satisfactory surveys are showing that people are feeling safer on our system. They see the presence of police. We are moving in the right direction. In the areas where we still seeing an uptick is in grand larceny auto. And that is being driven by what's called the Kia challenge, where young people looked at TikTok and they're playing a game of stealing cars. We announced yesterday that we are asking Kia and Hyundai to get a better safety system, and encouraging people to go in and get that safety system installed on their cars. But we're moving in the right direction. Crime is going down, jobs are coming up, and that is what we committed to, and that's what we're moving towards. Well, it starts with efficiency. We went to our agencies when I first took office and stated we must do what everyday taxpayers are doing. And that is making sure that we balance the budget of our house, which are the agencies, like everyday taxpayers are balancing the budget of their homes. You know, my mom used to say, this is the amount of money that comes in, this is the rent. And if we're going to spend something over what's taken in, we need to decide what we're going to take off the list. And that's what we're telling all of our agencies. We did something called the PEG, Program to Eliminate the Gap. We told the agencies to go in and look for efficiencies. We did 2 rounds of that, and we're going to have to do another round because unexpectedly, we were hit with a $4.2 billion bill from our asylum seekers. That money was not factored into how we're going to deal with our budget crises. And when you add that to the fiscal cliff of the money that we was receiving from the federal government is going to run out next year. And so we must run our city more efficiently. And there's going to be some pain to go around, but we're not going to do away with services. We're not going to do layoffs. We're just going to find those efficiencies within our agencies. And we're committed to do so as we deal with the other crises we're facing. We have to continue to settle union contracts that are long overdue. We have to settle everything from pre-K to childcare. We're looking at all those things and making sure that we can continue to deliver a respectable product for our city. But it is going to take some real fiscal monitoring. You know, the banking crisis we're facing, you see what's happening, but we are proud as the fact that the bond agency, Fitch, raised our bond to a AA based on how we are handling the financial crises and how we are putting money in reserves to get prepared. Continue safety. We are really focusing on, as we cycle out of COVID, all of us would admit that it caused serious mental health issues, and we must address those issues. The number of suicides among young people have increased. The number of drug overdoses, they have increased. We're looking at young people are going through having a particular hard time post-COVID, but we also want to look at our aging population, older adults. Loneliness is really part of the social determinants of health, as we want to make sure we care for our older adults who have paved the way for us. We also want to make sure our young people have a future, that they too can pave the way for the next generation. So our focus is on housing, is on dealing with our mental health crises, and continue to make our city a safe city as we encourage people to come here. And we're seeing financial success. 99% of our jobs we lost pre-pandemic, roughly 958,000 we see are back. We are recovering jobs faster than any other municipality in the country. We're also seeing new companies come here and open shop. JP Morgan is opening a new corporate headquarters. We're seeing Pfizer and other great developments that are taking place as we're leaning into biotech on 11th Avenue and on 1st Avenue. So there's real excitement. Tourism is up, 56 million tourists. We're predicting 65 million this year, which is a major economic boost for us. So all the way around, people are back in the streets. You're seeing them back in our restaurants. Broadway is up and operating. So we're excited. We're excited. Financial recovery is going to be a difficult one, but we know we've done it before in 2008. We did it before in 2001, and we show that this city is resilient, and we're excited about the future. I think there were some mistakes made in some of the small banks, but I think the federal government responded appropriately to prevent a run on the banks. We were able to stabilize the situation and not allow more hemorrhaging, because many of those small banks were lenders to our housing developers. And so it was imperative that we were able to put systems in place using the FDIC dollars to make sure that no depositor lost their money. Right. At the same time, the investors in the small banks that didn't make the right decisions, They were not bailed out. So this is the best way to do it. You want to bail out the depositors who their savings are there. For those who make the wrong decisions, they were not bailed out. They were not protected. But I think the federal government and the state government, my hats off to Governor Hochul for making the right decisions. Yes, I believe the universal principle of being kind, of being just, of being benevolent is more than just actually being a loyal worshiper, but is a practitioner. That's why I say the city should be a city where God is present, no matter how you define God, no matter what way, if it's Buddha, if it's through meditation, breathing, if it's through Yahweh, Christ, Jehovah, any of the many deities that are worshiped in many different philosophies, it all is a universal tone. When I sit inside a Sikh temple, when I sit inside a synagogue or church or a mosque, I still feel that universal principle of kindness, of just, of caring, of leaving that place of worship and going out and fulfilling our obligation as spiritual beings. We are not human beings with a spiritual place. We're spiritual beings in a human place, and we need to continue to manifest that spirituality.